Location of the remote control. In this case, we've mounted on the side of the supply compartment, is another important consideration. Some washers don't offer you this location in order to mount the holster that comes with the remote control. So if you need a bracket that you might have to fabricate at your shop or that you can acquire elsewhere to mount the remote in a suitable and convenient location for the laundry person, and make sure that you note that in your survey and you bring the right hardware to the job site when you go to do your installation. The location for your signal interface is another important consideration. On this washer, we've decided to mount it on the side of the control box, primarily because the supply input signals will come right out of the back. So our cable will reach. There's actually a cover that goes over this area, but it's a nice convenient location that's accessible and also allows us to view the trigger signals that will be displayed by these LEDs. On installation day, make sure that you arrive on the job site with the right tools. Now that you've done your survey, you should know all the parts you need to bring with you. Make sure you have plenty of zip ties and wire nuts and electrical tape, wall anchors and screws, and these sort of things, tubing to convey your water over to your water solenoid valve if you're going to flush, your chemical supply lines, etc. But among the most important tools you can bring to the job site is this, a voltmeter. For probably $15, this could save your life and will also help you understand and determine where your signals are that initiate your chemical injections. You also need one of these, a graduated cylinder of some sort. It could be a spray bottle, could be a measuring cup like this, something that tells you how much chemical you've injected in ounces or mils, whichever you prefer to calibrate in. Another very important consideration is how the washer is operating and producing the supply signals during each of the formulas that they run. In the case of a microprocessor controlled machine, more than likely, if it's not a new installation, the programs are already created and they're already running and triggering those supplies at the right time in the cycle. But what you want to do is just review the most typical formulas that they run. Could be sheets, could be towels, could be bar mops, whatever it is, but make note of what step your chemicals are being injected. You may want to separate your bleach into another bath or another cycle, but notice what pumps are triggered at what point in the cycle. You'll have to watch the machine on a microprocessor control machine, or if you're familiar enough with how to operate the microprocessor controls, you can actually step through each of those cycles in rapid advance to where the supplies are in the formula. If the machine you're going to install on has a card or a chart, then you can read that card or that chart to see where those cuts are for your chemical injection. Supply tracks are normally indicated on the track, and it could be written with a pen, or perhaps the laundry manager knows what tracks those are that are controlling the chemical injection. Again, make sure that your chemicals in the formulas, the way that they're cut on those charts, are adequate to deliver the chemistry that you want to achieve the results you want in the most efficient way. If the washer is a fixed program machine, in other words, you can't modify when the supplies are going to be triggered, you just need to decide at what trigger you're going to use to inject your builder, your detergent, your bleach, your sour, and your softener. Oftentimes you'll only get 2 signals, sometimes you get 3, and in the odd case you'll actually get 4. But take a close look at the way your competitor was doing it and examine the results that they're achieving in the account. You may want to use the same wiring strategy that they've used, but at the end of the day, if you have questions about how to hook up to any washer, Knight offers a complete publication of the most common machines, from Milner to Wascomat to Unimac, Ipsos, etc., and shows discreetly where you pick up common, where you pick up your triggers at. If there's a machine out in the market that's not in our book, then call us, or you can call the manufacturer themselves and ask them where to pick up those supply triggers.